evening and welcome to Damage Does D&D. Tonight we're doing our lovely happy-go-lucky campaign called Helloran Rising. And just give you a quick update on what happened last time, here's Ferenz, the dragon friend.
Well, Shine, is it okay if I call you that now? I hope so. I think we've made a start on the mission you sent me. The mission you sent me. These dwarves seem quite sensible and hardy folk who love their beer. There are some dull scales, but there are in any group, and you know what those types are like at home. I didn't quite trust everyone not to act out and stoop where they shouldn't, so I took some food and beer to help Delamar guard and care for the eggs. I had the wildest and most righteous dream. Oh, you were waking up. Did I do that? Should I have done that? I hope no one got hurt, but I could see that you were trying to do it slowly, so it's amazing that we've lived this story. We lived with this story for so long, and to be involved with it, and potentially the catalyst. Whoa, that's a big word. It's quite intimidating. When I woke, I shared my dream with Delamar. She is a beautiful emerald, and it's been very interesting seeing more dragons. Your wave message reached us, and she got very excited. So did I, but then I guess you already knew that. Did you affect my accent? It appears to have, well, what seems to be like these dwarven fellows, but I'm not complaining. Just a little strange, that's all. I quite like it, actually. Did you help the eggs too? I could see your influence around them before we left the chamber, but I'm getting a little bit off topic, aren't I? So we went to the temple and rang that awful bell. It's not like the scale chimes from home. It's very discordant, but I think that might be the point. Dell decided it was time to reveal herself. Did you do that as well? But she revealed herself to these dwarves, and she told them that an ancient dragon has awoken. That's you! And commanded all dragons to awaken and be peaceful with all people. Now, the warning was ominous. The return of dragons means the return of gods, but my companions already knew that and been involved in some shenanigans. My companions showed their support for Dell, but some totally heinous individuals decided they didn't like that and tried to attack her. How bloody dare they? So I and Miss Celeste sorted them out. We didn't kill them because that's not very righteous, is it? But we stopped them, and Miss Sybil had them arrested and thrown in jail. I like Miss Sybil. She's quite lovely and wields her authority well. I can see why people listen to her, but maybe that's because they don't want to smack her in the head. She let Dell continue to live in Dowcold as an honorary scale being. I think that's quite nice. But is Mr. Gus sweet on Dell? That's quite nice, isn't it? Dell said your word is as good as Lore's, and dragons of colour will come now that you're awake, like the chromatics and metallics and that legendary yellow from our myths and the stories and the prophecies that were passed down. So to be living through all this is so righteous, but actually quite terrifying. Dell told us about the war between dragons and gods and the Accord, but my companions also had another bit of that story. That was quite interesting. So the dragons and gods also fought the devils back and stopped their totally heinous plans. Apparently, Peladas, Remora, Reorx, he was very nice. And old Smokey, I'm not supposed to speak his name, even though I'm thinking this. Apparently they're all awake and apparently having gods awake is bad? Question mark. I don't know. Some dragons fought for the devils, though. Will we have to fight them? I don't want to fight them, but I want to help everyone. Miss Celeste is not from this time. Wowzers, that's heavy. She apparently said there were no gem dragons and no yellow. That's strange, isn't it? Why would there be no gem dragons? With all these dragons waking up, things might get a little chaotic as some of the towns or places might have grown over their resting places. Lunaria is sleeping under the great forest of Drummond, and that could ruffle some of the elves. They seem quite highly strung and could do with some of our yoga masters teaching them how to chill out, I think. I counselled Mr. Gus to check in with Bridgeress, but she was quite scared and upset because you told her off. I'm sure that was warranted. What was she doing? Was she eating things that she shouldn't? Are we going to have to clean up a mess that we don't? Oh God, I don't think we have time for side quests right now. These lot struggle with decisions at the best of times. Oh bugger, this could be a problem. I'm concerned that Serenicus won't listen, and I don't want to fight him, but I think we might have to force the issue. Mr. Yorick is also concerned. I quite like Mr. Yorick. Right, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. He wants to know what to do if we're confronted by aggressive dragons. Dell thinks I might be able to talk them down by using your authority. Is that okay if I do that? I hope it's okay. I would love to be peaceful with everyone, but I'm fast beginning to understand that's not always possible. But from experience, I think we need to reason aggressively. No limp wrists here. I told them about my dream, and apparently I wasn't the only one who had meaningful dreams. Mr. Gus said that his beer that he's brewing in Miss Miet's wagon was the best ever. I wonder how strong that's going to be. Mr. Florian apparently had a dream about his mum and sister. Choices were go north or go to Drummond, then go north. I asked Elle if she could go and see Lunaria, so that would free us up to head north and sort out Mr. Florian's family. Mr. Yorick approved, and Dell was happy to do that. I think Bridgeris might benefit from spending some time with Dell. I hope you approve. So, I decided to use some of this magic you've given me and try to scry for Mr. Florian's mum or sister. Mr. Florian is quite the artiste, and I think he missed his calling if this adventuring life doesn't work out for him. But we saw a building. It was very strange, jagged, moving. Was it on fire? Maybe? I don't know. It seemed like it. There was a large room decorated with flame. We saw a woman in her mid-40s, brown hair, looks quite like Florian and seemed to be who he described. She was pacing, very worried, but it seemed like genuine worry, but also seemed a spark of hope. She didn't seem to be under any outside influence, and I hope I'm right, but those flames seemed very dark, chaotic, consuming, and twisted in strange ways. I think we need to get a move on and go get Mr. Florian's family before we lose the opportunity. But as ever, it might take at least another hour of deliberation from my companions. I hope I'm still living up to expectations, and I'm trying to learn everything I can to bring home. Shine on.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Ferenz summed it up beautifully, I thought.
Righteously.
Indeed, righteously. So, you have awoken, you've had your breakfast, you've had this revelation from Dell. What's the plan? There was talk of going to find equipment.
Shopping trip!
So, Sybil takes you aside, wants to talk to you. Right, I'm going to send out runners for the refugees to make sure they come back, make sure they're safe. So
There's some out in the elf place in the woods.
I was going to say, because you met some, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We got them sent there so they were safe.
That was a very good plan. Right, I'll send a runner out to there. Sorry, Ferenz, you don't have to put your hand up, mate.
Sorry. I think that perhaps before you do that, we might need to deal with Serenicus first and make sure that he's behaving himself,
Right,
because if we
yes.
don't, he's liable to eat your runner.
That's a very good idea. Right,
So
I'll organise some scouts to find out exactly where he is.
I would recommend the ones who can detect the movement in the rock the best, because he likes to burrow himself underground.
Right, yeah. I wish Ardline and Deacon was about. They would sort it out fairly swiftly. Anyway, right, I'm going to go do that. You go and see Red, will you? Bron, Stormbeard? You two know exactly who she's talking about. He's the outfitter for scout parties, dragon hunting parties. He has all of the gear. He has the authority to make enchant weapons and do basically anything that needs to be done. If it needs to be
Miss
done,
Sybil.
he can do it, or find another person to do it. Yes, love.
I hate to ask, but do you know where I could get some diamonds from?
I've got some here if you want some.
She's like, but
Got loads.
there are loads round here, mate.
Well, I didn't want to just take any because I wanted to make sure that it would be okay because it's just I want to have a stock of just in
Right.
case anything happens to these lot.
What you do, go and see Red. You can't miss him. He's really tall for a dwarf. Big, long red beard, baldy head. And he'd be able to sort you out. If you need diamonds, he will get you diamonds. Yorick, Gus,
Right, you are.
Yarp.
you tell Red that he's acting on command of the council. And
Yeah.
you two and your party are to be given whatever you need. Alright?
Right,
All right. We'll do.
Right. And the bill comes to me. Don't worry,
Oh.
we'll get the rest of
Okay.
it, pay for it as well. We're not just footing the whole bill just for ourselves. The whole of Dwarven kind is in danger. So every family will contribute.
right, oh.
So off you pop. Go and see Red.
We appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome, my love. Right. Go see Red. He'll sort you out, and then we'll get you where you need to be.
Right, you are.
So, is there anything anybody else wants to do before you go off to what is essentially an armory?
Definitely excited to get to the armory.
I was
Okay.
about to say, actually, I might have a chat to Florian, but he's not here, is he?
No.
So I'll
No,
Hold on
you
to
can
that.
do that in a bit. So you troop down to the armory. It's a ways out of the town square, towards the ruined quarter, and you can, as you approach, you can hear anvils ringing. The forges are going. People are making things here. This is a working forge and magical forge at that, where you can see dwarven artificers are infusing things with magic.
As we go in, I just want to make sure the axe is quite prominent, just to showboat a bit.
Absolutely, you can. Yeah, doesn't look quite so impressive on an elf, but yeah.
It doesn't look as big compared to you.
Quite. But you get into the forge. You can see Red is commanding people, shouting orders. He turns, sees you. Yorick!
All right.
Come on in. Gus as well, and new friends. Big, tall people. Oh, lovely. Now, I heard a little rumour, Yorick, that you might be considering coming back to work here rather than in the church. Is that true?
Maybe.
Yeah? As
I
we-
don't know yet.
we'd
When
love
my
to have you.
adventuring days are done, I might come and work here.
We'd love to have you, mate.
I've got. I tell you what.
Yeah?
Hey, Trelador, can I borrow your axe for a moment?
Are you going to make it more powerful? I thought you'd finish with it.
No, I just wanted to show the master armorer.
Oh, yes. Yes, he made this. He's quite good.
May I take a look?
Yes.
He reaches for it. Well, young Yorick. it's
I
nice
managed to
work.
make that. It weren't even in a dwarven forge.
My word.
I mean, it did take him quite a long time, to be honest
Well,
with you.
if
but
he's not got
he got
access
there
to
in
the
end.
right place and the right equipment, then things take a little longer to craft.
On
correctly.
balance, I think he did well.
I think he's done a very fine job. I think you're very lucky to have this axe. And he hands it back to you.
He made this as well. And I'll point to it from my breastplate. We killed some funny monster thing and he took the scales of it and made this. It's really good.
He stomps up to you and just sort of punches it really hard. Oh, very good, Yorick.
I'm branching out. That was good and all, but you can make stuff out of everything.
Yeah, so I see. Anyway, you can't be here just to have a little chat, I'm sure.
Right. Well, we're here on behalf of the council. What was it your mum said, Gus?
said that we're to get anything we want, and you're to send the bill to her and the council, and they'll pay for it.
That's right.
Right. Well, then, welcome, customers. Come on in. Tell me what you need, and we will sort it out for you. So, who would like to start?
Why don't we do ladies first?
Certainly, you point them out, and I'll do them.
Well,
That's a joke, lad. It's a joke. Sorry, you must forgive me. I'm old and set in my ways, but I thought it was funny.
I know the lack of beards can be confusing, though.
It is. It is.
We
I
just got
don't
to
get
look
out
out for
much.
lumpy jumpers.
I have
Lumpy
no
jump.
lower beard.
You do. That's impressive.
I've got.
Yes. So you are all covered in fur as well. This is an interesting type of people. You've got the tall red one, the other tall one. This is interesting at all. Yes. And a couple of elves. Lovely. So,
This one was an elf, then he was a dwarf, now he's an elf again.
Gus, I know you've
Yeah.
got a bit of a reputation for telling tall tales, but that one I'm never going to believe. Sorry.
Yes, he's been he's been drinking since we got up this morning.
Well, that's very
something like-
normal. So have I.
No excuse, is it?
No. I mean, who hasn't?
I think you're a bit peculiar if you didn't have your breakfast beer.
Well, exactly. But
So,
still,
Celeste, I'll let you go first. Is there anything you want?
As a druid, I don't usually tend to burden myself with things made of metal, unfortunately.
right. Well, we do other things. You see, we've got not just weapons and shields and armor. We can do enchantments. We can do. We've got an alchemist somewhere. I can dig up. He's probably got some potions if you're that sort of thing. We may even have. I think possibly some spell scrolls somewhere. But we haven't had a proper wizard here for quite a while. Old Singe Brows. Bless him.
Spell scrolls were, well, that's very generous of you. They're of no use to my
Well,
particular
as I
type
say,
of...
you ask, I'll see what I can do.
Well, I suppose since nobody's really talking and we need to really get a move on, I need some gems because
Gems, yeah, there's loads of them. What colour
So-
do you need?
I need probably 100 gold's worth of diamonds and another single gem worth about 1,000 gold pieces, or it'd probably be about yay big.
Oh, size I can do. Gold, I'm not. Gold's like a soft metal. Don't really have a lot of use for it. It's good and pretty and that.
So, if I needed to resurrect one of these nice people, I
Right.
would need some diamonds, and then there's
Okay, well, tell you what. You go over there. He points you in a corner. There's a couple of barrels over there. They've got all kinds of different gems. You've got clear ones, coloured ones. So you find the ones that are about the right size, bring them back, and let me know what you've got, and I can send Sybil the bill.
And could you see if you could make the protection on this any better for me? Well, I know you'll hand over like the massive crystal shield that's probably the size of the bloody dwarf.
Right, yeah, he sort of takes it. I'll see what I can do. Sort of puts it down.
And then friends will just go over to the barrel and basically just bend in half into this barrel to see if he can pick out
Yeah,
like what he needs.
yeah. There are diamonds, there are pearls, there are any kind of gem you can think of.
I have an idea because I've got access to the planar binding spell, so I want a spare gem just in case I get to use it.
What's your shield currently? Let's have a look.
It's just a
Is it
basic
just a
shield.
standard basic shield?
It is, yes.
Oh. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do about that. can. We can turn that into a shield +2. Is what we can
Ooh,
do. So
very
if you want
nice.
to add that to your inventory, that's
I will
absolutely fine.
indeed.
We will also need some kind of protection against heat. You have
Heat,
such a
you
thing
say?
available. Yes, more so than the forges. We are expecting to travel north
Right,
after
right.
here.
Oh, into the Firelands. Right. Well, just so happens that alchemist I mentioned, he has brewed up a load of fire resistance potions. So, if you
That
want
would
some
be
of
very
those,
nice.
how many would you like?
You
I-
have spare.
Couple for everybody, I think. Don't you think?
Like I said,
Some of us may be able to tolerate the heat better than others, but I know I will certainly not be one of those.
yeah, I'll say you can take 2 of those each.
Awesome.
Standard fire
I
resistance.
don't need any. Working so close to the forge, I'm already pretty resistant to that.
Oh,
I don't-
I'm resistant to fire as well, aren't I? Because of my gem in the forest, so I
There
don't
you
need
go.
any either.
So everybody
forgot
else
about
takes
that.
2 of those.
Set to fire resistance. Yeah.
Fire resistance potions, was that for...
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
2
For
of,
everybody.
2 of for everyone.
Yeah.
And should we take some spare in case we, have to bring people back?
Oh yes, that might be a good idea. Or take a couple spare in case we find
Well,
people. and
if you
have to
take
come back.
2 each, then you've got
Yep. All right. I'll
4
put
spare,
4
haven't you?
I thought everything was free.
Yeah, but we don't want to
Yeah,
sort
but
of
I've still got
in.
to submit the bill to Sybil. So I need to know how many you're taking.
2
Okay.
each. Then.
Yeah, take 2 each. That means you've got 4 spare. It's pretty good, right?
Yep. Perfect.
Right. Okay, so anybody else want to do anything or...
Do you have any? I mean, the axe obviously is master craftsmanship, and I'm sure there's nothing you can do to improve upon it. And I just looked to see whether we could, and then I was like, well, do you have any sort of rings or something just to
Rings. I
enhance
see.
my already considerable abilities?
What kind of ring are you looking for?
What kind of rings do you have? Do you have anything to make me hit harder or be harder to hit?
Well, from what I've seen, Mr. Trellador, you do get hit in the face quite a lot. So
Not as often as Florian.
maybe that's because he just does silly things like jumping into combat when he shouldn't.
I mean, I already have this ring, and I show him the ring of protection that I've got on.
That's nice. I like that. I've got... He said, walk with me. Let's have a look. Takes you over to a cabinet with all sorts of different bits of jewellery in it. And he picks up... He's got... This one is a ring of mind shielding. Not quite what you're after, I think, but it's possible that that's a good thing. Sort of puts it down on the counter.
I'm just going to lean to Gus and say, do you think they could find him a ring of humility?
Oh, I don't know about that. It'd probably break it.
What does that ring do?
It's in D&D Beyond if you want to have a look. Basically,
Yeah.
you're immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or creature type. Can only be communicated
that-
with telepathically if you allow it.
Is it Celeste proof?
I thought you'd be more concerned about
as
releasing
I
your
said,
mother again.
You can only be communicated with telepathically if you allow it.
Hmm.
And keeping in line with your all of your characters, Dan, you can actually use an action to cause the ring to become invisible.
Ooh. Okay.
Your Marius is showing.
What
Yeah,
else?
Cool ring, eh?
I'm intrigued. What's your most expensive item?
Aye. Now
Well,
don't be cheap. You're
You've been
taking
given the credit cards.
advantage of my mum. You are. So be sensible.
Well,
Well-
I know that dwarves are known for their rare pieces and are extraordinary craftsmen. So I want to be able to show this to the world. So I'll be doing it a service as the champion of Yorks, of course.
Well, we've got really expensive things. And he says, well, I could if you wanted to, but I would have to trade you the axe that you've got. But he points up on the wall, and there is a huge double-headed axe on the wall. See, that used to be my axe when I was champion of Reorcs.
You were champion of Yorks.
I was a champion of Reorcs. Long time ago now. I'm old now, you see.
I thought I was his first, but you know.
Yeah, he says that to all the boys. That's another little joke. Don't mind me, I'm just old and crumbly.
No, I think I'll keep the axe I've got. It
Right.
took Yorick a
So not quite as
great deal of time.
expensive as that. Right, gotcha. So what is it you're looking for? Something that makes you harder to hit, or something that makes you hit harder?
Yeah, I'm okay for armor and weapons. More trinkets, I think.
Trinkets.
Am I okay for armor?
Okay.
I don't wear armor, barbarian.
Let's have a little look-see.
I don't know if we can make requests.
Yes, you can. I'll get to you in a minute.
I saw one of those things you made once. You know, you made that thing that was like a necklace, but it made someone be able to go poof and disappear and reappear like a bit away, so they could attack from behind and stuff. Do you remember that, like misty stepping
Oh,
thing?
right, yeah.
I
Maybe
can already
if I
do
go
that. I can already do that. You've seen me do that multiple times. I'm an
Oh,
elf.
maybe that's where I got the idea from then. I don't know.
I inspired you. I inspire you every day, don't I, Gus?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got... What have we got here? I've got a ring of evasion. Allows you to be slightly more dexterous every now and again.
You could always get that as a gift for Florian.
I could. Yes, yes. I mean, he's nodding, so maybe that would be good for Florian. Do you have any sort of braces or anything?
What, to keep your trousers up?
Something that makes me
Oh, I think
tougher.
they used to keep the teeth aligned. So,
Right.
I mean, I need to be protected. I'm taking most of the
You're
hits for
thinking
this
the wrong
party.
thing, but something exactly to do with the goes around you.
Well, I have got... And he pulls from another chest two finely wrought... you're not quite sure what kind of metal it is. Yorick or Gus would be able to tell you this is mithril, but it's infused with silver, and it's carved, and it's got the symbol of Reorcs on it. These are braces of defence, basically +2 bonus to armor class.
Oh, they look lovely. Yes, I'll take those.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And we'll take the ring for Florian. Have we all agreed? He's not saying much at the moment.
Oh, I think that's a good idea.
I think it is too.
Right.
Can I give it to him? I know he's not here at the moment because then bit of leverage. We don't have to tell him that we got it. Comment.
can Melissa overhear this conversation?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
All
hiding.
I'm seeing is that all that I'm seeing is that Chalador wants to give Florian a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I thought
I-
I was
That's what
thinking
I'm seeing.
about
I had the-
engagement.
I had the sort of impression you were all
He's-
sort of traipsing around behind Red as he's showing you these different things.
Yep.
Florian is already attuned to my ring, as we've established.
We know. There's some mutual ring attunement going on.
Yeah. Anyway, who's next?
Okay.
Miss B8, you want to have a go?
I've already asked for the
I'm all right.
potions. I don't.
Well, the potions was for everybody, but something for you, like weapon or something, or
I mean,
something nice like
we've got these, and he brings out these sort of slightly curved, almost like a Chris dagger, a pair of them. Oh no!
My connection's really shit at the moment, so I missed the end of that.
They're sort of like like a Chris. So it's sort of this sort of wobbly dagger,
dagger.
looking very.
Could be tempted.
Yeah. Put yourself down for 2+2 daggers if you want.
Oh fucking hell, yeah!
Yeah.
Given how well I usually hit.
Sure.
I say, Debbie, your connection's brilliant because when you're knitting, you'll freeze for a minute, then it'll go. You're knitting at super speed.
Freezing, that's just how she knits.
Yeah. Just to store the energy, you go all in one go.
6 seconds bursts, true D&D style.
Right, who hasn't had a go now and then?
I don't need anything for attacking, but maybe something defensive.
Well, we could do.
I did send you a message.
You've sent me a message of it. Okay, lead with that.
So I didn't realise you didn't know that I'd sent you a message.
I've got messages pinging about all over the show. So. Okay. Let's have a look at that. We can certainly try. Sure, why not? You can have a sentinel shield. It's made of. We're not really sure what kind of wood it is, which is unusual as an elf. You're used to looking at wood, but this is ancient. It's almost petrified, this shield. So it's almost like stone, but it is wood. You can sort of feel it way deep down inside. There's still that part of it that is natural wood, but it looks as though it's basically been calcified or petrified on the outside. And again, it's got 2 hammers crossed in the sign of Riox. Will that do you?
Thank you, yes.
Good. That should make you harder to hit and just a little bit, more wondrous. So, yes, young lady.
I think all of my equipment could really use a little bit of a.
Well, let's take a look, shall we?
A bonus. I would like to try and get a new bow. I'm not really one for.
We can do.
Not really one for crossbows, but longbow is my preferred.
If I remember rightly, we had a very tall lad many years ago. Couldn't use a crossbow to save his life. Oh, too heavy for him.
Yeah.
So we got him made him this beautiful bow. Let me see if I can dig it out for you. You can take a +2 bow.
Wonderful. Also, I don't know if you do any armor that's not super heavy. I'm not the strongest, and I'd like to be able to move about.
Armor, okay.
Because I was looking through, and medium armor does nothing for me, and heavy armor is too heavy.
Okay. Well, this is a dwarf forge, so we could have you in a minute.
I have studded leather at the moment. And to be honest, studded leather is probably the best plain armor that I can really use.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shield gives
'Cause
me
I don't have
advantage on
dexterity.
perception check, so I get advantage on my plus 13.
Yeah, I noticed
I
that.
didn't hear a word of what Natalie said.
She now gets advantage on perception checks.
And she
She's
has a
got
plus
plus
13
13
to
to
it.
a perception check, so she should be pretty good at seeing things.
Nothing.
So if you
Yeah,
miss
Yeah.
anything now, you need to get a slap.
My
Unless
passive
mean,
is
that's fair.
fine.
totally missing things before. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if
there's
snow
not
comes back, I'll be
really-
the first one to see.
There's
No, you
not
won't.
really an awful
My
lot
passive's higher
of
than yours.
armour we can do out of the standard toolkit, I'm afraid, Joe.
Hmm.
Plus 28 to my passive perception.
Do you have
Yeah,
any?
passive, was it? You took observant, didn't you?
Sorry, say again, Joe.
Do you have any accessories for an archer such myself?
Ah, special arrows. Let's have a look. See
That
what
that
we've
would
got.
be good, actually. Special arrows or a quiver, something like that. I have heard of some people. Some people say that there are quivers out there that can create arrows for you, but I've never encountered one myself. I might be making it up. I don't remember.
That's definitely a fighter thing. The efficient quiver.
Let me have a look. Oh, it's like a bag of holding quiver.
Yeah,
That's the
but
quiver
specifically,
owner.
specifically for weapons.
I've got one of those in my other character.
Yeah, it's like there's that and the quiver of Alana, which I think are
They're absolutely identical as far as I can tell.
identical. So they're just in different books. That would be appreciated if you've got any fancy arrows that do fancy things. That would be nice as well. But I understand there are limitations.
Yeah, we tend to put the fancy arrows into the arbalests and things. You see.
Yeah. Some more arrows, just regular arrows would be good though.
Sure, yeah. Pick yourself up
This
some.
might quit.
Tell you what, pick yourself up some +1 arrows.
Nice. How many?
Oh, I think you could take 60 of those.
Lots.
Does anyone get the impression that we're heading into some sort of very dangerous fight?
I don't know what you mean.
The only other thing I would possibly request would
Probably
be
not
a
safe.
melee weapon, but that's to DM discretion. Yes.
+2 bow, +1 arrows, and a magical quiver.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think you're good. Gus?
I have my scimitars.
Mr. Ferenz, do you want to have a go? Do you want to get anything?
Well, he's sorting out my shield, and I don't really want to ask for anything else because I feel like I'm being rude.
All right. Well, you made me this. Well, no, you didn't. This sword I've got here, this short sword, is one that that Yorick made. I think it was one of his first ones.
Right.
But if you've got a nicer one, or a better one, I should say, not nicer, because this one's beautiful. Sorry, Yorick, didn't mean that. Love you.
It was one of my first. I could do so much better now, so I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Okay. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can have a +2 short sword.
Thank you very much. Now, I've got a very special request. This might be a bit weird.
Weird. We can do weird.
I've got a friend that's big and has wings and sharp teeth, who comes and helps us when we're fighting.
Right.
And I was thinking maybe it would be nice if I could get her something that would make, I don't know, give her a bit more protection so she doesn't get hurt so much. Maybe like I could stick it on, like I've got me Dragon Hunter's gem in me head,
Right.
something like that I could fit in. I don't know, maybe I don't know how to do it. It's like how we'd do that or something, but something I could give to her to make her, a bit stronger or a bit harder to hit or something like that.
Where is your Dragon Hunter's gem?
It's in extras. No, it's not.
Like a collar of protection.
Sorry, say again?
Like a collar of protection.
Something like that. What's that then?
Well, I don't know. I just thought it up.
I've got one in here called Collar of Bitiness, which was from another.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I made that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yeah, maybe something like that. Like
I tell you what.
Yeah,
you can have the collar of bitiness for.
Oh right, okay. I've forgotten what that does. Let's have a look.
That's on Milo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Gives a +1 to any bite attack.
Oh right.
And
Okay.
you can use a reaction to remove 1d6 of any damage type, apart from psychic protection.
Oh right.
Twice per hour.
Except then we'll change the thing about wolf speech.
Yeah, take the bit about wolf speech
I'll just
out.
ignore that bit.
Yeah, just ignore
So
that.
it's a collar.
Collar of bitiness.
For a bite attack, and it uses a reaction to remove 1d6 of any damage type protection twice per hour. Cool. How many gems are there?
2.
Does it say?
2.
Oh yeah, 2 gems. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, give that to her. She'll like that.
Right. Just me, is it?
I think so.
Right. Well, to be honest, Red, I've got, look, my shield is just completely basic. My hammer is completely basic. I've been doing all this work for other people and I haven't got round to doing anything for myself.
Oh, well, we can't have that. Right. +2 hammer, +2 shield.
Nice.
So, does anybody want anything other? Have you got any sort of specific potions? We could do healing potions if you want healing potions. Or we could do, well, all sorts of fire-breathing potions. Probably not if you're going to in the Firelands. That's probably not going to be a lot of use.
I mean, if you have anything to assist with healing or spells in some way, I'd never say no.
Well, I think between the two of us, we've got that covered, though, haven't we?
I mean, with this group, and more healing is never going to be a bad thing.
We suppose not. I'd say you've got quite an idea there.
You may have 3 superior healing potions and 2 greater.
That, between all of us, yeah?
That's all he's got at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any sort of amulets? Like, I've got like this. I'll just get out my like spellcasting focus. I had something that might work with my connection between me and Riox a bit better. An amulet of the devout is what I'm looking for.
Oh, we could definitely do one of those. Here.
Nice.
You can have a
Yeah, they come in +1, 2, and 3.
+2.
Yeah.
So, that's amazing.
Does that make you more in connection with Riox, Yorick?
Well, well, I've got a very similar amulet that the magic that we draw from our patron power. So for Mr. Yorick, that would be Riox, and for me, it would be Shine. The amulet sort of focuses that power, and it sort of increases the effectiveness. So it makes it easier for us to, if we're using offensive magic to hit people, or if we're using magic that sort of provides an effect on somebody, it makes it harder to resist for that person.
I mean, I think my connection with orcs is pretty sound, so I don't think I need these trinkets to enhance that. But
Well, you eat stuff, so it'd be more useful for people like me or Mr. Yorick.
my art is slightly more than hit stuff.
Well, I'm making it very simple, but yeah.
Right, so you've cleaned me out of things. Is there anything else we can find for you? Nope. Nothing? Everybody's happy.
I'm very happy already, yes.
Right. Well, I best get the boys and girls back to work and just replace all this gear you've just got.
Unless there's anything you want to show us. You seem to be very pushy there.
No? Are you, like, coming on to me, or...?
No.
Oh, right, because you said show you, and I'm not showing things to you. It's private. What a dwarf has under their beard stays under their beard.
Never mind, it's fine.
Unless two adults are consenting.
Alright, shall we go?
Excellent. Made Trelador uncomfortable. Good. So, carrying your new stash of excellent... Ah, wait. No, not quite. The stash is about to get bigger.
Time.
James, what did you get? I did try messaging you, but you don't check.
Sorry, what did you say?
I'm just wondering what you got. I missed what you got.
I've got a short sword +2, and Bridger's got a collar of mightiness.
Yeah, I've got the thing that Bridget's got. I didn't realise you got the just 2 short swords. Cool.
Yeah.
Evening, Vinny. You're just in time. We were just about to leave the shop of buying everything you want and anything you want.
I don't think I've got a lot of money, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh no, Florian, it's on the house, and I picked this up for you. But obviously, you could get something else. This wasn't on the house. I had to use some of my own savings for it, but you know, I'm that sort of person, and I'll give him the ring of evasion.
Red just sort of looks at you.
Melissa is trying her hardest not to make a squealing noise.
And at some point, you'll want to change from being dead.
Yeah. Not for long, though.
So, what did you get?
Yeah.
I turned my camera on and everything froze.
I got you a ring of evasion, but you can get something else instead if you want, or as well as.
So, okay.
Trelador is
Well,
offering
how are
you
we?
a ring.
Yes.
He likes you, so he's put a ring on it.
Yeah.
You might want to change yourself from being dead as well, Fiddy.
I am going to settle myself down first after just rushing back from work, so dead will have to be for the time being.
We can arrange for that to happen. That's no problem.
I know you can. Oh, mighty benevolent God.
That's the kind of respect you need.
So, right, character sheet loaded up.
Okay, so we are currently shopping. Sybil has advised, or commanded Yorick and Gus to take you to Reds, who is the outfitter for all the dwarven patrols that go out. And he has been told to give the bill to Sybil. So, what do you want?
Okay, cool.
So, you've just been given a ring of evasion by Trelador.
Marvellous, yeah, I'm just adding that in.
It will only fit on this finger.
Added in.
Florian very rarely talks to me now, so it's awkward.
Let me just get caught up. Magical shop, I take it, yeah?
Yeah? To put it in context, most people went for +2 weapons or shields. You have 2 potions of fire resistance that were given to you.
Add them in.
There is actually a question I wanted to ask, Taz.
Sure.
With the Waking of Shine and the amulet that I've got, because I've got the amulet of Devour, has there been any changes to the amulet as it sort of just as the...
Not yet. We haven't noticed anything. It's slightly warmer than it normally is, and it's normally pretty warm, but it's slightly warmer than.
I'm just asking if there's any sort of change in the formation of the actual sort of dragon's head or anything like that.
No,
okay, that's fine.
All of that is exactly the same. It just feels a little warmer against your fur.
That's fine. That's the way I like it.
Cool.
I don't suppose you have anything that may protect someone from evil, I suppose?
Protect someone from evil.
I was more, me as in Fiddy, was more thinking potentially like something like to do with the spell protection from good and evil.
Yeah. I'm just looking just now.
Because a magical weapon isn't really any good to me when my fists are magical themselves.
This is very true. There's the Ring of Runic Protection, if that's the sort of thing you were after.
Maybe the ring of mind shielding might be useful.
Just don't die whilst you're wearing it.
Protection from good and evil. Sorry, bear with me.
Yeah, I mean the ring. He actually has a ring of mind shielding. He already offered it to someone, but they turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because my brain was just catching up with what I thought protection from good and evil was. Like narratively speaking, I think that would be better for Florian, considering what the ahead task is. No one needs to cast that spell on me, and whilst I'm wearing the ring, I obviously get the invisibility if I want it, and I always get the protection from good and evil. For as long as the invisibility lasts. Oh, for as long as the invisibility lasts, isn't it?
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be very overpowered.
Yeah, the ring has only 1 charge left.
Hey, Red, have you got any of those belts that make people stronger?
Yeah. Probably. Let's have a look. He pulls up a belt of hill giant strength. Is that what you were after?
Certainly do.
There you go. Yeah, you can have that.
Now, Mr. Florian, I was told about that if you use certain types of sort of dragon scales, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Red, but I believe that you could make those into a belt that would probably help someone like Mr. Florian.
What are we describing here?
A dragon hide belt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bold use of.
Now, I only know that these have been made by craftsmen from my people with things that have been given freely.
I'm not seeing that at all.
It's the equivalent for a monk of the Amulet of the Devout. So it
Dragonite belt. There you go.
gives +1 bonus to the saving throw DCs of your key features.
And you use a bonus action per dawn to regain key points. It's in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons.
Yes, the physical book I have.
Yeah.
D&D Beyond, however, I do not.
Mm.
And
It
unless
should show up on the character sheets though, because I think sharing's on.
Hang on. There you go. Obviously, I don't want to push you into anything.
yeah, if you want that, Finny, you can certainly take that.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think everything else, yeah. Because my fists are magical, it's kind of like I don't have that option to go, yeah, I'll have a +1 or +2 something or other. Because my fists already do it, so.
But that +1 to DC would affect your stunning strike as well.
Yeah, completely. I mean, yeah, if you're happy with that,
Yeah.
Mr. DM.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if you might have to add it for me. So what is it, the belt?
Dragon hide belt. I can't see it, so I can't add it for you.
Yeah. You can always just homebrew it.
Yeah, we can always make one.
If one of us adds it to our inventory as the DM, could you move it from one character to the other?
No.
No. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with that, and then yeah.
Well, copy paste that into your inventory for now, and I'll make one.
Yeah.
During the week. Just put it in your notes or something, so you know you've got it.
Yep.
So,
Marvelous, thank you.
anything else that anybody else needs before we move back to Sybil's, or rather the Scalebane residence?
I think I've had enough.
Yeah, some people have been quite gimme, others not so much, which is fine.
well, I much appreciate your hospitality, Mr. Red. It's been most
You're
most
most
appreciated.
welcome. So, have a lovely day.
Cheers, Red.
Thanks, mate.
Gus, Yorick,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
ladies and gentlemen,
You're a right star, you are. Take care.
always, don't forget, come back here and work for me.
When I'm done doing Riox's work.
Yeah. I'll have a word. So, as you wandering back, do you want to do anything else in the city? Or is it...
Pop into the pub for a quickie on the way home.
Yeah, can do.
Anyone not got a healing potion? Because we've got 5 more potions to dish out.
I can heal myself anyway.
I'll be alright.
I'm okay, but maybe Florian, because he spends most of the time on the floor.
Well, perhaps we spread the potions out to them peoples that don't have healing magics, like me and Miss Blessed, and then if we're not in range of you or if we can't get to you, then you've always got an option to heal yourselves. That would make more sense, I think. And it would give us time to get to you, so if we spread them potions out and then we can just keep the spares wherever we need them.
Fair enough. That
So if
makes
we give
sense.
the superior to Miet, Florian, and Teledor,
Yeah, that's what makes sense.
and then we've
Superior.
got 2 graters as well, so Melissa can take a greater, and Gus.
All right.
I've still got a
Sure.
greater that I had anyway, so.
Yeah.
And then the only 3 that haven't got. Well, the only ones that didn't get one from that is the 3 that technically have healing, proper healing.
8d4 plus 8.
Or sorry,
Cool.
two and a half. 2.5.
Doing a self healer.
Who's not even listening?
He's above it or below it. He's a dwarf. Whatever.
Did you hear that, Fiddy?
Must be a superior healing potion, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. York, did you work with him before? I take it.
Yeah, I did a bit of an apprenticeship at one point.
Right, before you found your way into Reorx's employ.
Well, I mean, I've always been part of the Scalebane clan. We spend most of our time outside of Daghold, roaming the mountains, fighting dragons. That was our job. But we'd sometimes come back when we got more loot than we could carry, so we could drop it all off and have a big party and generally be welcomed back as heroes. But sometimes when the young lads like me and Gus, we go out with the group, we stay as a family unit, but sometimes we do a sort of gap year from fighting dragons and we come and do like an apprenticeship in something. I can't remember, Gus, what did you do in yours? I worked with Red, but...
I worked in the brewery.
That's right. That's why his beer's so good.
Explains too much.
Must
See,
admit,
my
I
people,
drink probably more than I made, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
See, my people don't really do that. We kind of have we have a community approach to everything, I think. But some people are a bit too laid back for their own good.
What, more laid back than you?
Yeah. I mean, having only met you, I couldn't possibly guess that.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, how I got here is probably the reason. Yeah. Now I come to think of it, I'm probably an example of one of the more laid back of my people, and it kind of explains how I got here in the first place. But again, that might be what some people might term to be divine providence.
Well, whatever the reason, I'm glad that you're here. Trying to keep these lot alive is not an easy task.
No, I'm quite aware of that. After our fight downstairs, it was.
Your help has been indispensable, friends.
Well, I'm here to learn and to help. Mainly to learn and help.
Well, I find it reassuring that I have someone else helping me keep an eye on this lot.
I know it's hard for us healers, isn't it, Celeste?
Well,
Indeed.
one healer's good, two's better, three's great, don't you think?
Yes, Gus is indispensable.
That's right.
So we've got 4 then. Oh my, that's quite. That's
I
quite
think
a lot.
technically Florian's healed for more than Yorick.
Actually, I think Gus might be just as likely to take health from you than to give it back. But
Well, it depends if I roll
Florian's
on the dice. If I roll badly on the dice, I might actually take your health
Florian
away.
has a good knack for medicine and treatment as well.
Well, yeah. So I mean, back home we're quite laid back. We don't really have a set. So we don't have a set of parents, if that makes any sense. Because the old saying goes, "It takes a village to raise a child." So we take that quite literally. The entire village raises all the kids.
that's quite good. That's quite like our clan. Like, there's about 40 of us that are out in the Scalebane clan who are out doing things. Like, you've met Sybil, but she's my aunt, but she also raised me just as much as my own mum.
Yeah, and we the way we do is obviously certain people are. I suppose we're quite like the dwarves, really. Certain people are good at certain things, so they teach all of the kids how to do that certain thing. So maybe that might be weaving, that might be whatever. And if somebody shows an aptitude for certain something, they might get a bit more in-depth training.
That's really interesting. Is that why you sound so much like a dwarf?
Well, I don't know, because I didn't really sound like this before I came here, but I think that because I'm supposed to help you guys and supposed to help stop this war, that Shine might have done some of his things,
Saw that, Debbie.
and he
Saw
might
that
have
too.
helped me blend in a bit better, I guess.
Not sure what you're talking about.
I mean,
I see everything now.
John,
Then I'm left with only one option. I'm going to have to find someone to recruit into the game that myself and Snow use to playing you.
I thought you were just going to kill me in my trance.
First to find
That's
that.
also an option.
Yeah, but then
You know,
wouldn't
friends, every person I meet tells me that Redport is possibly the worst place to grow up, but it's fascinating. And say we really appreciate your help through all of this.
Well, I appreciate you all teaching me about this world because, yeah, well, we don't really know anything apart from our island, I guess.
I couldn't imagine living on an island.
Where I'm from, it felt like I might as well have been on an island.
Yeah.
Um,
We should stop dilly-dallying. We got a lot to do.
Yeah, right. We need to get to the pub.
So,
Sure.
Point of order: pub, Miss Sybil's, sort Serenicus, head north. Is that the plan?
Believe so.
Right.
Unless anyone else has anything you need to do.
well, heading north was my main objective.
We're not gonna let you do that alone.
Well, Miss Dellimer said she'd go and speak to Lunaria, so that's one job that we don't have to do, and she can probably sort the elves out as well. And then, if we sort Serenicus, that means that Miss Sybil can sort out the refugees. So again, that's a job that we don't have to do. And then we can just head north and do what we need to do and save Mr. Florian's family, which I think should be our priority, just in case they get moved again and we lose the opportunity.
Quite right.
Yeah, time was of the essence on my part. I think it's probably like we talked about last time, our best opportunity to at least try and save him this time.
So,
Definitely.
We will, Florian.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Florian. We have got a righteous party right here, and we're going to kick some blamey person's butt.
We are going to go in all hammers blazing. I mean, with a solid and well thought out plan.
Do we have those?
I mean,
Gus
not
is
We
just
have,
sorted out, right?
we have flaming hammers, yeah.
I mean, if Mr. Gus comes up with a plan, because seems to be the brains of this operation, I'm sure we'll be fine.
That's right, we will.
Excellent.
Right. So are we getting sort of? I assume that we're getting drinks to go, so we can go back to Miss Sybil's, and we're just going to pop in and go.
We'll just have one quick one, and then we'll head off. We'll have to get some travelling beer as well.
Right. Few of those little barrels that, yeah.
Well, I can probably carry one of the larger kegs with the bigger tap on it if you want me to do that.
Can we get
Idea.
Can we get like a board of wood with some wheels on the bottom and attach that to your back as well, so me and Gus can take it in turns laying underneath?
Well,
So
the
it'd
whole
be
thing
like,
is, I don't think we need to. We can just walk along behind him and drink
Well,
him.
But then we need to think about what our legs are doing at the same
Oh,
time.
right, yeah, no, that would be disastrous.
So basically, you're trying to be waterboarded with beer
Yes.
whilst being towed along on a skateboard.
Yeah,
Awesome.
basically, yeah.
I love
I
the
put a
dwarves.
picture of Gus's new hat in the
Perfect.
chat.
My new hat.
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that seems right. So as you are passing, winding your way back up to the pub, one of the many pubs here, you hear a commotion up at the town square. There's
Ooh, what's that?
people shouting, and it sounds familiar. Sounds like Gus, Yorick, you've heard this sort of noise before. It's when a patrol turns back up with spoils, with trophies, usually bits of dragons that they've killed.
Where?
So, do you want to head into the pub first, or do you want to go to the town square? Up to you.
Knowing
Go to the town square.
people with us, I think we'd probably steer them into the pub, especially for your ends.
Should we not be investigating that?
No, just some people come back from a patrol, that's all.
Are you quite
They're
I'm going
fine.
over.
They definitely haven't killed anything they shouldn't have. Fine, let's just go for a quick pint.
Neil,
I'll,
Knowing-
I'll come with you, Mia.
I've only been around you two for a short time, but usually you can't help yourselves but investigate things. So
Yeah, but also pub.
Pub's
So-
better.
yeah, but we can come back. We'd have to come back this way anyway to go. We can always go to another pub on the way back to your
Don't
mum's.
worry, they'll take their time.
So,
You go. I'll keep an eye on the dwarfs. As a former dwarf, I'll make sure they only have one, and then we'll meet you there.
So, Miet and Melissa have basically broken off from you got and started heading towards the town square.
Yeah, I'll follow after them because
That's
I'm not
absolutely.
just a pub.
Right, everyone's right. Gus, go follow them.
Oh, bloody hell.
No,
I'll
no.
toot after them.
And
Don't
friends
forget to
just,
get me some beer.
yeah,
So
friends
is-
will just plod behind the rest of them.
Okay, so only Yorick going into the pub then with Trelador?
No, I was following after them again.
Alright,
Gus.
so everybody's going up to the town square. Okay, that's fair enough. You get to the town square. Sorry, go ahead, Gus.
I like herding bloody cats, this is. Oh, sorry, Mia.
Oh,
Look, you got.
outrageous. I'll make a
Yeah.
note of that, Miet, so that we can.
Miet's going to use those new daggers you just got.
Catch a broken in some point.
So, as you sort of push your way through the crowds that are in the town square, you see standing up at the top of the dais where you have recently stood yourselves a couple of familiar figures of Ardeline and Deacon, which are, of course, Yorick's parents. They have a couple of their team with them. There's about 5 of them altogether. And normally out on a patrol you get between 8 and 20, depending on what the mission was. 5 seems very small, especially as they have a large dragon claw sitting on the dais with them.
That's your mum and dad up there, Yorick.
Is it green?
Green? No?
What
What colour is the claw?
For you?
Are there any scales attached to the claw to denote what type of dragon it would have been?
Yeah, you would say it was a sort of sapphire-ish type of thing.
Oh boy.
There is quite a lot of cheering going on.
Nope.
There's quite a lot of cheering going on, and
I'll take a deep breath and try and get my way through the crowd.
yeah.
As he's starting to move, I think you better tell them the new rules.
Yeah, they've missed some things, haven't they?
Aye.
So, you can hear them proclaiming that the big sapphire that had attacked the city has been probably fatally wounded by them. They've managed to chop off quite a few of its claws. They brought one back as evidence, but they are literally saying that it should be crawling off to die. They've left some of their team to track it. to make sure it does, and they'll cut
Is
it.
that the one we were going to go and sort out? Potentially.
Potentially, I mean, Cyrinicus is the one that's been attacking the city,
Maybe. Right. Okay.
so it would make sense that that party was sent out to deal with it.
Okay.
But it's not something that you were told they were doing specifically.
Yeah.
So, Ardeline spots you, Yorick, and you, Gus, Yorick coming towards us. Yorick! Baby
Hey,
boy!
Hey.
She sort of runs over, picks you up, swings you round. You feel as though about 5 years old again. She swings you about. Right, my lovely. I think what we've done, right, is me and your dad, we've been out on patrol, right? We were tasked with ultra secret mission, find this lair, kill the thing, kill it, dead. Well, we haven't quite done that yet, but we've left some of the boys out there. They're tracking it. We think we fatally wounded it because we had this like new poison arrow, you see, in the big crossbow. And your dad, right? He put it on the ground, and I cocked it back, and we boom, and it punched right through the dragon's tail, right near his arsehole. Actually, it was very funny. And it was screaming and rolling about, so we just chopped at it. Got some axes involved. Oh, it was a brilliant of blood, and you can see they're covered in dragon blood.
Can I, at this point, scoot off and go and get my mum?
Absolutely, yes.
I have a feeling I might need some reinforcements here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be keeping an eye for Renz, just to make sure he doesn't go like super silent.
How is Ferenz reacting?
How is Ferenz reacting?
Bear with me just a second.
Oh.
He's rolling a control check.
All about the stuff
Okay.
we've learned,
Yeah,
and I'm
that's-
caught up in the great story of.
If I'd have rolled below 30, you'd have been in trouble, and it would have just been, problems. But I rolled 81, so
Okay.
he's maintaining control, but all sense of, so he's still got that smile on his face, but you can tell that it's very fake. His eyes have narrowed, and his grip on that staff is
White knuckle.
very
right,
tight.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go
And
to
he-
Ferenz and
Sweep forward.
Ferenz. They would have been given the orders before they knew. It's not their fault. I'm sure that Yarick and Gus would explain to them. It's going to be okay.
So then, right, little Evie, you remember her? She was brilliant, right? What she did was she ran up its wing, stabbed it straight in the eye, and it was popped everywhere. It was great. But then, right, he swung his head, and she went flying across the cavern, right? Smacked into the wall, broke both her arms.
Oh no!
But she's all right because we had one of the clerics like fix her up, like. But yeah, that was epic. But he managed to burrow away from us, right? But like I said, we've left like the four of them tracking, but we don't think it'd be long for this world. And he kept saying, what was he saying? He was saying Pax or something. I don't know what he was talking about, but I didn't know like, he would talk because he normally just rawr and just kill people.
Where did he disappear to?
Oh, he burrowed one of his own. Oh, bloody hell, you're tall.
How far away was this?
Need some new friends, Mum.
Oh, hello. Good to meet you. I'm Ardeline. That's Deacon over there. You can see Deacon's like got a claw up in his arms. That's my husband. This is Yorick's dad. I'm Yorick's mum. How you doing? Right, we was just saying, right, because we like this dragon. He's been terrorising our city. You know, see, he broke all of that. So we think we finally got him. And he because he's a burrower. Oh, they're the worst. They are. To try to track them once they burrow. Oh, they go really far down sometimes. Yeah, what?
Ferenz, perhaps we can see if we can still save him.
In what area
Wait,
and how far
wait,
away?
you're
was
not-
it?
Let's let Yarick explain.
Explain what?
Quite a lot since
Yeah, you're in
since-
trouble, boy, because you went off and
Yeah,
nobody
I-
could find you. And where's Gus? You brought him back, right?
Gus, yeah,
Because
he's
Sybil
gone
will
off to
kill
get
me if you've lost Gus.
no, Gus has gone off to get Auntie Sybil.
Oh, right. Okay, good. Good to hear. Did
He's
you?
going to get her to come here because she might need to help us explain everything that's been
Yeah,
happening.
this crowd's not like a proper reception. There's some of them a bit muted.
Yeah, right. The short version is Reox has asked us to stop killing dragons.
Wait, what?
And there's a bit of a ceasefire between dwarves and dragons right now.
And my
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why
no,
he was
no.
about fact.
That would make more sense because we were a bit concerned that like people weren't like as overjoyed as they should have been as we're saviors of the city. People were a bit. We got a point, but
Reox himself made an appearance right here in the middle of the city.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I'd seen that. Deacon, come here. She wanders up. What's up? What's up, my love? Was it? What? You tell him, Yorick.
Right, Dad. Reox made an appearance right here in the city.
Reorx was
Like,
here.
big as anything. He was
Right-
like, he
right
looked like
here?
a 12, but he was about like 20 feet tall or more.
Oh, right. Is he like still here somewhere, or is he?
No,
gone?
he just popped in to say a few words to the dwarves of the city.
Oh, right. Just come
Uh,
for a pint and a maybe a little bit of a nippy sweetie, like
Kinda. I think
kinda. Right.
you know what? I reckon he probably sneaked off into our farm and had a pint. He must have done. No, I
I
asked
would.
him to come. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, I asked him. I've been speaking to him quite a lot recently.
Oh, you're a good boy.
Thanks, Dad. But yeah, Reox has asked us to stop fighting the dragons because the
Oh.
dragons are actually they're alright.
I should probably put this down then. Hang on.
It's a good look for you, Dad. But
Well,
I think we
I was quite proud because obviously I chopped that one off. And
yeah.
did your mum tell you about little Evie? She was great.
Yeah.
She was like right in the eyeballs, splattered everywhere. It did. But right, so not.
Sorry, this big fella's my friend Ferenz.
Oh,
He's
Ferenz.
quite friendly with dragons, so if we could keep the dragon
Oh,
butcher
oh, right.
go
Sorry.
on to him.
Right.
Ferenz is kneeling next to the claw at this point, and sort of, can I grab the amulet? Obviously, because I've asked twice and they still haven't really said it. So I'm going to see if I can at least sort of track or at least get a sense of the which way to go to find Serenicus if I can.
Sure. Make. You can do a. Let's have a see. I'm sure I had your. There we are. Give me a survival check.
Okay, you can do
Or
that.
say you can have advantage because
As-
you're using your amulet to try and
As he's
empower
doing
you.
that, I'm just,
24. Okay. Melissa, you would say something?
I was just gonna, as I'm sticking with Ferenz, I'm just going to say, if it is Serenicus and we can find him, it'll do a world of good of peace if we can help him.
Okay. So, 24. You reach out and connect to this piece of dragon in a way that you've never been able to before. Normally you can sense if you're sense an aura of something, and it's fairly, you get that warm feeling when the great crystal dragon lends you his aid, and you get it in spades now, and you get the sense that Serenicus is not far, but he's very hurt.
Yeah.
Really, almost mortally wounded. You think he would probably recover if left alone? But in an instant, you see your mind is transported, and you see as if you are in Serenicus's head. And you feel that, got to burrow, got to get away. The small ones, they don't understand. I'm not supposed to eat them anymore, but I'm gonna fucking eat them if I keep caring for me.
Yeah, so
And then you're shot back into your body.
So friends will just basically begin to move out towards the edge of the city and move out towards basically where he feels he is. He knows he's not far, and if he can get to him in time, he might be able to repair the damage that's been done.
Okay.
I'll
Hold
stick
on to
with
that,
friends.
because Melissa's going with you. I believe.
Yeah, I would as well.
And Celeste. Okay. So, whilst that is occurring and the Deacon Yorick Ardeline interface is happening, Gus,
Yeah.
you run back to the Scalbane house of Mance, grab Sybil. She's like, "Oh, hello, Gus. Did you get all the things you needed, like?"
Yes, we did, Mum. Thanks. Listen, Yorick's mum and dad are back.
Ardeline's
and
back. Good. I want to see her anyway.
Dragons, and they've got bits of dragons, and we need to try. Like we tried to explain to them what's been happening and
Oh,
stuff.
fuck.
Do you want to come along?
Yeah, let's go and do that, because otherwise things might get your tall furry friend might get a bit upset.
Yeah, that was my worry.
Because Ardeline can get a bit graphic in her descriptions, can't she? Right, let's go. And you arrive back just as Ferenz and Celeste and Melissa start to leave. So, and
Okay.
Sybil's like, "Ardeline, Deacon, right, I'm acting, Ed, come here." And they both sort of spin and look at Sybil. "Hello, Sybil." And she starts to explain what's going on, with the aid,
Right.
no doubt, of Yorick. And they're like, well, obviously they didn't know. Their task was to protect the city. That's what they were doing. That's what they tried to do to the best of their abilities. They are now a little bit gobsmacked, a little bit sort of shell-shocked at, this is what they do really well, and they're now having to not do it. So they're a bit taken aback as to what they're supposed to do with this new information. Right, well, I suppose we better call the boys off then, because they're out there.
Yeah, I think we need to send
Tracking.
out messages to all the different hunters who are out there and bring them all back.
Yeah, right. Well, okay. Let's organise some runners. Right, I'm going to go do that. Deacon, Ardeline, take this lot. Go and find that dragon. Sort him out. So they go with you. Are you all going to go follow Ferenz?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, making your way to the edge of the city.
As we're walking, can I say, Auntie, Duncle, listen, don't be angry at Yorick for going away. It was my fault, so you shouldn't be angry at him.
We're angry at both of you, actually, Gus.
Well, he
You
only
just,
came
you
along-
just ran away without telling him or worry. Your father's going to be furious. He set out to go find you.
It'll be worth it to find him. Where'd he go?
He went to find you two.
Okay, but where?
Well, I don't know. Wherever he thought you were going.
Oh, I don't know where I thought I was going.
Well, he's quite good at tracking things, so he's probably going to find you. He'll probably find you.
Well,
So
hopefully he'll come back here then.
Well, that's
He's
where
the
you
biggest-
are, so yeah, he should be back any minute. She starts looking around.
And then I'll go into an explanation of why we ran away and what we did, and I'm sure Yorick, and as we're walking along, we'll
Yeah.
tell him the story.
Okay, that's good.
I'll have like reams of paper coming out. It's like as I've written everything down. Journaled.
You're a good boy. Yorick. Well done for writing it all down for him. You know, Gus can get a bit wild if you don't write it down. It sounds a bit, you know what he's like. He makes stuff up half the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, when it's written down, it's true, isn't it?
Well, yeah. No, I'm not saying you do it maliciously, Gus, but you know you do get carried away sometimes.
I mean,
It means you don't do it to hurt. You do it because you love making stuff up.
no, you just it's like putting
Exaggerating.
need. You know, it's like makes it a bit better.
I know, it makes the story more exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good boy, Gus. You're both good boys, but you know, you shouldn't be running off without telling anyone where you're going.
I know. I'm sorry.
You know, I know you're like all grown up and just hunting and stuff, but even so,
No, you're right. We should have said something. But
your mum was very upset when you went missing.
I know.
As was I.
She gave me a good box round the ears.
Well, yeah, I figured she had, so I didn't need to bother.
But the thing is, Mum, is that if we hadn't have gone, things would be so different. We've learned and found out so much about being in the outside world, outside the Circle Mountains. And I've been talking to Reorks like every few days. Like, it would be so different if we hadn't have gone anywhere. And I think it's better this way. So I know you're angry at me, at us, and I know the family's angry at us for leaving and just going, but I think it was really for the best.
The Deacon pipes up. He is right, you know. Love, he's, you know, they've brought all of this information, and we can't, like, we've got to be thankful that they're here and alive, you know, and they're helping to broker a peace. Imagine, no more city being destroyed, no more dwarves getting eaten.
That was out that devil, little demon thingy that was running the council as well. Got rid of him.
Yeah.
See, good point.
It's corruption in the city itself as well. And I know we're only young. We're nearly of age, though. We're nearly 50.
Well, I know that, but, you know, you'd still be babies to me, wouldn't you? I mean, you've got lovely beards, but, you know, it's just the first flush of the beards. You wait till you get a beard like mine and your father's. It'll be, you know, proper beard. It'll grow in properly.
We got lots of drinking to do before that happens.
Oh my, yes. Anyway, let's get on with this dragon thing we're supposed to be doing, eh?
Right.
Mr. Yarick. Just talking about your connection to Reox just a second ago, but is there a way maybe you can contact one of the party members while they're still going after this dragon to stop them earlier?
Solid point, Pete. Yeah, I can.
Oh, it'd be a bit easier. Oh, I'm going into the West Country accent now.
It
It might
is.
be a bit easier. Because if we can stop it,
Right, already caught it.
Right, well, what we'll do then is whilst you're finding that particular spell, we'll have a little break. You can grab a drink, and everybody at home can watch these fantastical new messages from sponsors that you've probably never heard of. But you'll enjoy buying their products. Capitalism, bye.
All glory to the Hypnotoad.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Right, we'll have a break. We'll be back. Right.
The double fingers. At this point.
It's fine. I can save him.
Welcome back. We're in pursuit of an injured dragon. That'll go well, I'm sure. So, Yorick, you were going to do something.
Was I?
Sending spell.
Ah, yes, correct. Well remembered. So who?
You took the beard off,
It's
all
gonna
the,
take
all the
off hair.
memories went with it.
And the dwarven Samson.
My dwarven powers.
Whose who's out there?
Little Evie's still out there, even with a broken arm. So she's up. She's one of the trackers because she's one of their best trackers. So
I thought one of the clerics had healed there.
yeah, still going to be painful though.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Evie.
Evie.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Right, I'll message her then.
Okay. What you got to say?
You're right, Evie. It's Yorick. Pause the hunt for the dragon. Where are you? We're coming to you. See you soon.
Okay. You get a response. She sounds slightly out of breath. We're out just on the last ring of the mountain, down a really big tunnel. You should see a tunnel that he's dug, and we could just. It's getting really hot. What do you mean pause? And that's where you get back.
Down a tunnel that's been dug on the outer edge.
Outer ring of the Circle Mountains towards the Firelands, basically.
Okay, well, I'll try and catch up with the group that's moved off. And
yeah, I mean, Deacon and Adeline can take you to where they encountered and the direction the dragon was going.
Yeah.
So you get there easily enough. And yeah, indeed, this is hurriedly bored out tunnels that Cyrinicus has made himself, and obviously the dwarves are following through.
Yeah. Friends just literally takes off down the tunnels he's leading, and he's going to use that sort of sense to
shot.
Yeah, following.
Yeah. It takes you a while, and this tunnel switches back and forth, and then after a while it just goes dead straight, as if Cyrinicus is not even bothering to lose the dwarves now. He's hurting. He's trying to escape.
I mean, I've probably got double the speed of most people, and that's just on my walking speed. If I used everything I had, could I potentially get to them a lot sooner than everyone else?
Of course. If you want to go up alone ahead, yeah.
I will 100% book it.
Perfect. Okay, so you see Florian takes off after the tunnel straightens out. Florian just takes off after Florian. You are running down this tunnel. You start after a while. It gets really warm. I mean, really warm. It reminds you of the Firelands. Sorry, the Fire Wastes, not Firelands. And after a while, you start to hear noises, burrowing, scraping, rocks being broken. And then as you continue to look down this tunnel, you can see 4 dwarves just sort of holding themselves up against the sides of this tunnel, and about 100 feet in front of them is the blue dragon Cyrinicus just chewing his way through rocks. You can see he looks in bad shape. One of his rear feet has gone completely, been hacked off. He's obviously in great pain and distress, but he's just chew and just tearing at the rocks with his front claws.
Are 4 dwarves still firing?
No.
Him,
They've stopped.
They have paused.
They have paused because, like, Evie was in the middle of explaining to them what's going on. That Yorick has asked them to pause. So you appear. They all sort of turn around, look at you, freak out slightly because you're very tall.
Yeah.
And one of them sort of stands in the middle of the tunnel. Stop! You
Yeah.
you can't go down there. You can't go down there. He will kill you.
I don't think he will. We're really glad you stopped. I am with Yarrick and Gus. Is it Adeline and that are coming too? They can explain everything.
Right. Okay. Well,
Just
we'll just stop here. We might just move a little bit closer as he goes through, just to keep an eye on where he's going, because he's very dangerous in a minute.
I understand. If you just stay here, for sure, we know where he's going.
Well, we don't. He might just veer off at any minute.
He might, but all dragonkin have been told not to kill any more dwarves, as have dwarves have been told not to kill any dragon.
Boy, we did think it was a bit easy.
Yeah. And he does need help, and we have people who can help him.
Okay. So as you're saying that, friends, you and the rest of the gang.
Yeah,
round.
friends. Yeah, friends basically just steamroll through, and like the rest of them, he'll literally just hold his arms out to stop everybody else.
Okay.
You lot wait here, and no matter what happens, do not follow me and do not come any closer. Let me do this, please. I don't ask a lot of you, but just listen to me this once.
We understand.
Right. And then he switches fully into Draconic.
Before he goes, hand on shoulder, guidance.
Now, Serenicus, in the name of Shine, I want you to calm down a minute, because I'm here to help you.
Serenicus spins round, and you can see one of his eyes is just a mess running down his face. And he's got a claw missing on his left front leg.
I know that they've done a lot of damage, and they didn't know about the cessation of the war, but I'm here to help you in the name of Shine. Now, I'm one of Shine's people. You can see that from what I'm wearing, and can you sense that on me?
He looks at you with his good eye. We met before.
We
I
did, and I told you
tried
off.
to tell them.
They didn't know.
But they kept coming. I didn't kill
Can
them. I didn't eat them.
And I thank you for that. That was very good of you.
But
and
I need to go. I need to heal.
Can I start the healing process? Can I get closer to you and help you with that?
Make a persuasion check, please.
Now, I'm doing this because Shine's asked me to do it for you.
You've got G4 for guidance, don't forget.
Okay. 16 total.
Okay. He sort of looks at you again. Says, I don't have the energy to transform. So
I
you're
don't need to
going
transform.
to have to trust me.
Sven starts to move forward, still with his hands out. It's just very so he's not reaching for weapons, he's not reaching for anything. He's literally just got his hands out. Now, I'm not going to lie, this might sting a bit, but I'm going to kickstart the healing process for you and at least stop you from bleeding out. So bear with me again, big guy, please. And I'm going to cast a 5th level Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Roll your healing.
Oh, that's actually not too bad. 7, 13, 19, 25, 27, 32 points of healing.
You can see that the wounds start to cease to flow with blood.
Yes.
His demeanour gets a little warmer as your magic infuses his body.
So what the rest of them would see is not just sort of his amulet, but the entirety of the scales off his entire armor would begin to shine. And you'll just see sort of the magics touch the wounds on Serenicus, and they begin to sort of stop bleeding and start to heal at the edges and just kickstart his healing process.
No, that's cool. He looks down at you because he's a fairly large dragon. I thank you for your kindness, small one.
Well,
I
shines.
will be fine. But tell them I do not wish to be approached by anyone.
I understand that, and I will tell them, and I will reiterate what Shine said. He is coming, and I will make sure they leave you alone. Thank you for letting me help you.
I thank you for your help. I will bury myself deep in the rock.
Where you are.
And recover. If a day comes that you need me, reach out. You know how to do it.
That
I
I
will
do.
do my best to aid you as you have aided me.
If I might make a suggestion, if I back up the tunnel a couple of 100 feet, if you collapse it behind us, and then you can go and find somewhere to rest.
That was my plan. Go now, small one.
Rest well, Serenicus, and heal up.
He raises a wing, and as you back away, you see the claw on the end of his wing just scrapes along the tunnel. Goes in really deep, and rocks start to fall as you back away, getting dangerously close to you.
Yeah.
As he just collapses the entire tunnel, seemingly on himself.
Oh, dear me. Oh.
Is he going to be all right?
Let's get back out, and I'll tell you later. Like, Frenzy's vibrating. You can't tell whether he's deathly afraid or deathly excited.
Is it both?
The answer to that question is probably yes.
Okay, I would like Miette and Ferenz just to make a Constitution saving throw. The threshold is pretty low, but it's very, very hot
warm.
here.
9.
9.
And 8.
And an 8. Okay. You both take 2 points of. Well, it's not really fire damage; it's heat damage. But so we'll call it fire, but it's heat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so gonna die in the fire waste.
Well,
How are the dwarves looking?
the dwarves, yeah, mostly pretty good. They're bruised. They're covered in dragon blood.
Just make sure that they don't need any, healing or anything.
Make a medicine check if you like. Whilst Fred has been off doing that.
13.
13. Yeah, they seem fine. They're a bit sort of bruised and, torn shirts and things, but they've been in a battle, you can tell, but they don't seem to be limping or there's no obvious gushing wounds. Arthur and Deacon have been explaining, I'm sure, as well as Gus and Yorick. Sorry, Gus, go ahead.
So I'll turn to Yorick and stage whisper a little bit too loud. Hey, Yorick, didn't you used to have a crush on Evie? And then snigger and turn away.
Shut up, Gus.
Evie's just like, what? Him? Ugh.
Wow.
Gus.
I'd just be waiting for something else.
Yeah, she's like, no, totally offended. So after things are explained to Evie and the others, I'm assuming you're making your way back to town.
City, yeah.
Yeah. You can hear behind you the sound of rocks being moved, exploded, just general chaos and mayhem behind this collapsed tunnel. So, unless there's anything anybody wants to do, we can skip back to the city, where you could do whatever you would like to do.
What sort of time of day is it? I thought it'd be coming on for evening time. now.
Yeah, for sure. You've packed a lot in today. So it's probably around about sort of 8 in the evening.
Why don't we get some food and some beer, have an early night, at least 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then we head off in the morning to go and do, what is it we're doing next? I can't remember.
We're, I think, going through the fire wastes and.
Oh yeah, we got to go and rescue your sister. I told you I remember these things. I'm clever.
And my mother, hopefully, which is what I was going to say. Would it?
I say you're really forgetful, losing all your parents like that. At least my parents lost me. I didn't lose my parents. Well, saying that, I don't know where my dad is, but
That is very true. DM.
Yep.
Would I know, or would any of us know, if the fire wastes are always a constant temperature, or colder, or sorry, not colder, but not so warm of night time?
Is it winter in the fire wastes?
Right. I would say the only person that would have any information about the fire wastes would be Miette. She would be the only person that's been anywhere near the fire wastes. The rest of you haven't. So, I mean, you could by all means ask Miette if she has information about it.
Yeah, that's cool. Madam Miette, quick question. Do you know if the fire wastes change temperatures, or is it pretty constant? As in, is it less warm during the night?
We've never went far into them. It's not much good for us or the horses. There.
I'm just trying to figure out the best and potential safest, quickest way to
Oh
do
no, I fully agree. If it was cooler to go at night, I suggest only traveling at night. I mean, look at me, I have not met fireworks.
Sorry, we missed that last bit, Misty. You froze and then we got it all at once.
He's very clever, but it's internet connection. I was saying, look at me, I'm not looking forward to entering the fireways.
Right.
The damn cat is in the cat.
Yeah.
So,
What does everybody else think? Do we think we maybe make a longer day of it? And
Can do,
Well,
but we
I have ways
need
of
to.
getting us through quicker, either by horse or by owl.
I think even if we travel at night, we're still going to have to put up with the temperature during the day. So I'm not sure that traveling at night would probably be a good idea, but we're still going to have to deal with the heat in the day, and I think that's still going to affect us just as much.
Yeah, I think it's more a question of prolonging the time before we have to use the potions. But it's impossible to really tell what time it is down here anyway. And we can't leave it too long.
no, I mean, longer we leave it, the less chance we got of them actually
So,
still being there.
I say let's set out bright and early tomorrow morning, by at least lunchtime, and
Bright
then
and
we'll
early
get
lunchtime.
well, by that time, if we leave that time, then we'll get there at night time, won't we?
Well, if we're doing that, might as well leave early, make a full day of it.
But then we'll get there during daytime and it'll be hot. I thought you were saying about being colder at night time. You should
Well,
make your mind up.
I'm just trying to figure out which is the best way forward here, because I obviously want to get there as quick as possible. So,
selfishly, I would like one last night in Daghold. It'd be a while
No.
before we get back.
completely.
I know how important this mission is. I do, but just
It's also true. We can't go in half cocked. We do need to be fully ready.
Yeah.
I'm confident in our abilities. I think we can do it.
Well, as I said, I can summon some creatures to help us move quicker. It will only be an hour at a time, but all progress is good.
Yeah. So, how long is it from where we are to the fire wastes? We border them, don't we? Coming out of Daghold.
Yeah. You going out of Daghold using the tunnel you came in from is probably the easiest way to get back there.
Yeah.
You would then head directly north into the fire waste. So, yeah, you would start to feel the effects of the heat fairly swiftly. But obviously, you don't know how far into the fire waste you've got to go.
No. So, earliest start then?
You're going to need to define early for the dwarfs.
I have
Before lunch.
I have one point of order because I don't think anybody but Mr. Gus would have understood what was going on back there. So I may have made peace with Cyrenicus, and
That's good.
he said that if we ever need his help, I just need to call to him. So I would suggest that nobody go anywhere near him. He just wants to be left alone.
No. And last we all saw him, we came to blows. So
Yeah. So I explained to him that I'm here because Shines told me to try and help. So I think he understands that, and Shine told me to use his authority. So yeah, I think that this is going to be a good thing, and I think the fact that he tried to stop in the first place was a sign that maybe Shine's word has a lot more weight to it than we thought. But we might have a favour to call in if we're desperate.
I imagine it may take some time for him to heal from the extent of the wounds it caused, but...
Well, you see that, but dragons are hardy, and I give him a few days and he'll be right as rain. I kick-started his healing process. So give him a few days and he should be right as rain.
How long did it take for Dell to grow her hand back?
She already had it back by the time we found her.
Yeah.
She did, didn't she?
But we don't know how long it was in between.
Yeah, I was trying to remember that because I was looking at my marvelous pigments and thinking I could paint him a prosthetic, but
No, she didn't first met her. We had it back when I got to the city.
Mhm.
Which was the whole thing about the characters coming around to dwarves and going, you didn't tell us dwarves to do that.
Yeah. So
Not long.
Yeah.
I think he's in a bad way, but give him a couple of days and he should be right as rain again. But I've got a favour I can call in if we're desperate. I don't want to use it willy-nilly, but I think that it was a good thing that we got there to help him, I think.
Definitely.
It was
Well
good
done.
that we had you with us.
So I'm assuming all of this is being spoken about in the pub, or are you back at the Scalbane?
Yeah, I would do this on the move with them wherever we were going, and just a final point of order before we sort of. So, I just want to say that I understand that they didn't know, so whatever I feel about it, it is what it is, and this war has done a lot to both sides, and we're doing a good thing by stopping this, Mr. Yorick.
I know.
So, yeah, I think, yeah, we've made possibly not a friend, but we've got somebody that respects us.
Not an enemy.
Well, one less enemy, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I think at the moment it's you that they respect.
I don't think it's me. I think it's more to do with Shine, and I'm sort of his, I suppose, his spokesperson at the moment.
I don't think it's just that, but
Right, so beer and bed, yeah?
Beer and then bed.
I quite think so.
Beer and then another beer and then bed.
Well, yeah, I was under exaggerating a bit because we've got to
Okay.
have enough to make us sleep.
Let me rephrase then. Beers plural, then bed.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you wish to go for beers? You can go back to the Scalbane house, or you can have the party there with Ardeline, Deakin, Sybil, and
Yeah, I think that
a
would be
lot more
nice.
of the Scalbane clan will turn up.
Yeah. Get back to have some family time for us at least. Don't you think, Yorick?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You all get back to the Scalbane Manse, which indeed is being set up for a bit of a welcome home party for Ardeline and Deakin, and you see that obviously it's a welcome home party for Gus and Yorick too, as they, whilst not out on an official patrol, have been out doing stuff for the benefit of Dwarven kind and the Scalbane family in general. So yeah, it's a riotous celebration. There's lots of drinking, there's lots of singing, there's dancing, there's traditional Dwarven parlour games, which mainly involve drinking and singing and dancing and playing tricks on each other, pushing each other over and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, anybody wishes to sort of do anything whilst the party is going on, have at it.
at some point I want to find a quiet moment where I can talk to Miette.
Sure, go ahead.
I need to get myself a tiara and wrap those mobile fairy lights behind us and just hold up by myself.
Oh no.
Yes, it's in a
freezing.
seat.
Miette, is everything okay?
No, plainly.
I got is everything, and yeah.
Yeah,
Is everything okay?
But yes.
It's just you've been. I don't wish to intrude, but I've noticed you've been somewhat secretive in some respects since we've been here. I just want to make sure that there's no problems or anything that I can help you with.
I am back in a city of dwarves. How secretive can I be?
Well, I noticed during the celebrations the other day you disappeared off, and
Ah,
earlier today you seemed to slip some sort of piece of paper or note into your pocket, and I just...
well, the note was actually good news. Myself and the dwarves, at least, are no longer under contract for our locations. So
I'm very
that
glad
is-
to hear that.
Oh no, that's a long one.
Yeah.
That was a long pause, that one.
I'm very glad to hear that. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh
This
no.
is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, use the gloves with the spikes on the outside.
Yeah, no, I think so, because this is getting fucking ridiculous. How much of that did you hear? How much do I need to repeat?
No, I got it.
That's okay, then. So,
Dog duty.
Okay.
I know, at this point, I should really learn to have trusted you more, but some habits are just very hard to break.
I hope you don't think I was trying to talk to you while internet's being crap.
Yeah, it's like, yes, Mieta's being secretive. She's putting out all of her secrets on fucking internet. That'd be typical.
Yeah.
I hope you don't think I was being nosy. I have a hard time not noticing these things.
In not being secretive because it's been away for so long. I can only reassure you that everything I'm doing for the safety of us all.
Of course, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
Good news for a change.
Hopefully things will continue in that direction.
I hope so.
I'm going to go and find Florian if that conversation is over. I'll find Florian and be...
Sure.
Hey, how are you holding up? I know lots happening, but still feel the need to check in on you a little bit, you know?
Yeah, thank you. I'm fine. Kind of anxious to get going. So close yet so far, you know what they say.
I really hope we can save her.
Yeah. We all know that this could be a trap, but best opportunity yet, since it's the first time I've seen Dakota not in the Hells. Somewhere more reachable, even though it's not as easy being in the far wastes, but yeah, I'd rather wake up early and head off.
Definitely. We'll have to get the dwarves up nice and early. This has all been so crazy, you know?
Yeah. It feels like with everything has come at the time it was meant to. I know in the past I've been tempted to run off, try and save him, but it definitely wouldn't be the right time. staying with you lad has definitely made that a bit easier. Yeah, I mean, we're what? A couple of hours from here to the edge of the mountains, and we're pretty much at the borders of the Far West, so
Pretty much.
it's just finding out at some point where exactly we gotta go and how far into there as well.
Yeah.
Might be one of those times where maybe get a couple of extra water skins when we go in there as well. Not for us normal folk, but maybe for the dwarves, because I know theirs are mainly filled with beer.
Yeah. Yeah. We should also make sure to take plenty just in case Dakota and your mother. I heard her name. Hang on. Oh, I can't
Doris?
find it.
Can't remember. Off the top
Both
of
of
my
us say that. I'll find it. Hang on. Rebecca.
Rebecca. Hopefully we may need to take some for Dakota and Rebecca.
Yeah. Well, we'll take what we can, not to overcumber ourselves, just because of it's going to be a hard travel just by simply walking, let alone rushing in anyway. Yeah. Thank you for checking in.
Definitely.
We'll get there.
It's no problem. I say, the temple mightn't be no more, but I'd like to hope that we're still friends, so...
Definitely still friends, but might just be take a while to get used to.
Yeah. Looking into my own new pastures, you know.
Yeah. Well, according to everything we found out, maybe there's a few more deities up there to maybe gain guidance from.
Oh. I reached out to one and I don't know. Might not be anything, might just be my wishful thinking, but she seemed quite well, I don't know how to put it, but sorry, I just...
No, it's fine. I think there's a few of us that may be soul searching.
Yeah, but let's say the reason I'm feeling so confident, you know, because you know me, I bundle of nerves all the time. But the other night I sat down and tried praying, and you know, Remora gave me a response. It was
Interesting one to go for, but
I don't know. I just felt like it. I mean, I've read that list. I've seen some of the other gods, but she just seemed... I don't know. Maybe it led to nothing. Maybe I should just, you know, stay away from any form of magic, because it's only gotten me in trouble so far.
well, yeah, but some of it you didn't know about, did you? So
no. And if I'm quite honest, it's nothing. You relax, enjoy the evening. We'll be up and ready in the morning.
indeed, definitely.
I'm going to go find myself a quiet space to sit and kind of ruminate on everything and just.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I will fill up my water skin, basically getting ready for everything in the morning, so we don't have to as less as we can do,
Sure.
faster we can leave.
Okay.
And we'll find the room if it's empty that I stayed in the night before.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and just get my head down just that little bit earlier and
Fair enough.
be up and ready.
So, as the party is in full swing and people are enjoying themselves, Gus, you're muted currently.
Yarp.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Wisdom saving
Yes,
throw,
please.
yes. Oh dear. Oops, press the wrong button. Oh, that rolled off a natural 20
7.
to be a 7.
You feel your limbs contract and freeze into place. You cannot move. You're just about to take a drink, and you can see the beer. It's right there, but your arm will not move. You cannot drink, and then your eyes are dragged to the front door of the Scalebane Manse, as in the doorway stands a dwarven figure, huge long black beard,
Daddy's home.
wild eyes. Gus Fergus Scalebane, I've been looking for you, and that's where we're in tonight.
Terrifying.
You'd have heard a eep.
Yeah. It would appear Daddy is
Daddy's
home.
home. Yes.
And he doesn't appear to be very happy. So, yeah, what a cracking episode. Well done, guys.
Oh,
I promise we'll get some fighting soon.
yes.
We know it's bad. Gus got full named.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, yeah, well done, guys. Some really nice, excellent role play there tonight. Well done. Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a boring little shopping episode, but you took it in twists and turns that I didn't expect, and it was lovely. Well done. I'm very happy. Awesome.
At least we know the pact with the dragons has been is working, and they've got the message. Even the most vicious of them.
Yep, so it would seem.
And we've inflicted a financial ruin on the Scalebanes, so.
Yeah.
I think you have to go a bit for that.
Although
I mean, I've got about 28,000 golds worth of gems in my bag.
It wasn't just Scalebones, though. It was the council that were paying for it.
It was a city treasury.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing it for the benefit of dwarven kind, so you know.
Yeah.
You're right, we should have spent more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I did say that. We were just stimulating the economy.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of people got +2 stuff, which is blue, and I got a green shield. So, but I'm still happy with my shield.
Yeah, but the thing
Yeah, you sound it.
If you ever fail a perception check
To
again.
be fair, when I was
Just
peeking
yeah.
through, I saw there was a dragon wing bow, and I thought, oh, that could be fun. But +2, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Do you think
I
it's
just-
appropriate to have a dragon wing bow in the current
Well, I
climate?
saw one that was a
Awesome.
dragon slayer short sword, and I thought, oh, but you get plus to killing dragons. I thought, no, I don't want that. Maybe
Might be useful
before
against
I met
kobolds.
Idris, but not now.
On that, DM,
Yeah, that's my hall.
Yeah.
with the party now, would you consider that as, for some of us, somewhat resting to attune to any items we've got?
Yeah, you can attune to anything that needs attuning to. You'll obviously take a long rest overnight once, you know, Daddy Scalebane has sorted out Gus.
Yeah.
And Yorick, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I managed to make it to level 10 without ever using a single attunement slot.
Well done.
How
So-
do you get 4
Yeah,
attunement?
Either.
Is that a
That's,
Yorick
that-
thing?
it's just inventory. Only 2 of those are attunement items.
Oh, okay.
There's
And it's
the
the same.
hammer and the shield and just things.
Well,
Yeah.
the only magical thing that I had was a +1 dagger that I got from Snow, which have only used to stab one
Hey.
person in the eye with.
You, all you had to do was ask. I gave everybody the opportunity to ask for things they wanted.
Yeah.
You asked for
I
that
was-
shield. You
No,
got
no,
the shield.
I'm happy with my shield.
This is the most colour I've had in my inventory in a while.
Now,
Because I think I had 2
I'm-
magic items.
I'm not
It's-
normally a DM that gives out magic items willy-nilly. As you know.
No.
So, read into that what you will.
Well, this is my first magical item.
Yeah.
And I get 2 at once.
Uh-huh. So I think Dan said it earlier that he, you might be headed into a fight. You might not, obviously. You fucking are.
It's like
I mean, you might
final
not.
vendor before the boss battle, you know.
Yeah. I mean, healing
But
potions.
Only
I'm
do the
definitely
power.
not.
Give us a poorly balanced fight that we can just romp with our new things and feel really powerful before
And
they
then
try
kick
to
us into the death.
then kick us to death.
Maybe. Who knows?
I think that's somewhat unlikely.
I'm definitely not worried that, I'm going to be going into a fight where I'm planning on not using any of the features from 7 of my levels.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I'm effectively at level 3, but with lots of health.
You'll be fine. So, before we disappear, let's have a quick conspiracy bit. Actually, before that, Florian, you're okay to do next week's recap, yeah? As you're next on the list.
Yes. As he checks stuff.
You've got an entire week. You should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
I'll
you're
get it done.
probably catching up with the shit show that is work because you were off for a while. So
Yes, I am indeed.
yeah, we've all been there.
But yes, you'll get it no later than the latest one I've ever given you. So put
Okay,
it that way.
that's cool. Fair enough. So, conspiracy beard time and conspiracy ear. Who would like to go first? Or I could just pick one.
I'll go first.
Okay, Gus goes first.
I don't have any.
Oh, I'm disappointed. Well, you don't have any worries about your dad just turning up?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm going to get my ears boxed.
Yeah.
I know that much. But I don't care because I'm just happy to see him. Because he'd been lost and looking for us, and I'll be interested to hear where he's been and what he's experienced and see if it matches up with ours. But I'm going to have a good spanking first. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure about
he cast hold person on you so that you
Oh, I
wouldn't run
see.
away.
Well, that doesn't bode very good, does it?
He's dealt with you before.
No, I'm happy that the dwarves have taken have obviously taken to what we brought back, and that we've got the support of the god, and Reorx came down to show us, and that the dragons have got the message, which is going to make our life a lot easier. We're not going to have to go and try and quell a whole horde of angry dragons.
Well, not yet, anyway.
Probably not. And I know Bridris is going to love her new necklace. So I'm styling that rather than a collar. It's going to be like a fancy chain, silver, gold type necklace with 2 big amber rubies. They're going to be rubies.
Okay.
In them as the gems.
Sure. Yep.
The problem is I can't get that to work with her stat blocks. I'm just going to have to try and remember, which just never goes well for me.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, I'll just have to try and remember to add it on.
Yeah. Just write yourself a little post-it note and stick it on the screen.
Stick it on my forehead, and I might see it. I'll see it when I'm looking at my picture on the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really it. Nothing major. I just want to know where my bay's got to.
Your what? Sorry.
Delamar.
Delamar.
Well, yeah. Maybe you'll find out.
Yeah. I want to know if my dad's a dragon.
Again, maybe you'll find out.
See, I feel like there's something you possibly should be a lot more worried about. Because didn't you guys?
I'm nuts. I don't worry about stuff.
Yeah, you
guys
did
give
not
your
be
name.
so I'm going to be upset about that.
Didn't you guys give your blessing to a random blacksmith in one of the first towns we went to?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. No, we did. Yeah, we did, didn't you? Remember when you used that forge? You said you it was.
Yeah. What?
It was scale being approved.
Yes.
Exactly. And I meant to.
Definitely in well.
I'm sure that'll be fine. Nobody could possibly find out, right?
No, not before we've made our emporium of dwarf safe inns across the world. Importing dwarven ale into all of them at huge cost to the locals because they'll all love it.
Oh, and it's a fair business plan.
I don't think it'd be huge cost. They'd drink like one tankard and then pass out fully drunk.
Oh, yeah,
so.
we don't sell it to the humans and other races in tankards because they couldn't drink it. We do it like
shots.
Yeah, like a barley wine sort of thing. You know, where you get a small glass of it. A gold piece of shot.
The slogan for that has to be Dwarven Dwarvins.
Oh.
Just as small as it looks.
Nice. Anybody else got a conspiracy beard theory? Or comments or whatever?
I know we did our checks and everything, but is it my mother? I don't know. Like, I did roll okay-ish last session to find everything out, but I mean, everyone knows a tarp when they see one, right? It's
Yeah, this shit has harp written all over it, but we're gonna do it anyway in our usual style, which is rock up, hope for the best, and then just see where it shakes out.
And then Celeste and friends will pick up the pieces.
Hey, I have diamonds now, so we're okay.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Unless you're the one that gets dropped.
I can't resurrect anybody yet, but when I can, it'll be reincarnation, which will be hilarious.
Oh yeah, I never got to do that with
Well, you did.
Oh, upset. I wanted to come
You
back.
did, yeah. You brought one of the council members.
Brought the Dragonborn council member back as a
As a
halfling.
gnome.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it a gnome or a halfling?
He's a halfling.
Yeah.
Maybe I could bring Trellador back as an actual dwarf this time.
I'm not going to
He's
die.
had his chance. He can't come back again.
Well, there's many more races in the sea.
And on the land. And in the air.
True.
Yeah.
I hope Yorick appreciated that I didn't, trade in his axe.
Oh, well, no, I definitely did. I
It's
mean,
only because you were there.
yeah.
Well, it's only because you didn't know what the other one did.
Yeah.
Also, super stoked that a dragon technically owes me a favour now.
Yeah.
A dragon
Have you seen,
that
how many dragons have you seen in
Oh.
a short space of time?
Yep.
So, Yorick, yeah, you got any crazy theories you want to lay on us?
Not really.
No?
I think next episode's going to be the big theory heavy
You think?
episode.
Actually.
It's mostly with disconnection. God knows how long you'll be trying to hear the theory.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
My brain is thinking a lot about the yellow dragon at the moment.
Okay.
There's many things could be, but isn't there like a yellow dragon thing in Celeste's history as to how she got here?
No, I said that I didn't know anything about gem dragons or yellow ones.
Yeah, but how you came through time to Helloran?
That was by somebody else.
That was by which
Not
woman?
by a witch woman, yeah. Not
By a witch woman.
as far
Well,
as she knows.
As far as Celeste
What?
knows, anyway.
What woman?
Yeah.
A witch
That
woman.
woman. The witch
Ah,
Why?
woman.
What do you want better? Why is witch woman? Why is woman?
Over S.
yeah. I think there'll
Find
be
my
in the
notes.
next few episodes, a few drops here and there. I do believe there's a lot of stuff going on before we had the break, wasn't there? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah, we're kind of just easing back into it, getting the feel of the characters again, which is great. It feels like we haven't actually had a break. It's really quite cool.
Yeah.
I just looked at my backstory and I just saw one of the things where I get why the witch tells me to shine on, and now I'm feeling really weird and suspicious.
You see why my brain does this shit? Like, hang on, which direction? It's this direction, isn't it? He's
before
scheming up
Firenze
there.
was existed. This is so weird.
No, I think what the word you're looking for, it's so righteous.
Sorry, it's so righteous.
Cool. Okay, so if we've nothing else to discuss or any more conspiracy beard theories, we will say goodnight to our viewership of 4 million. Is that right? I'm sure that's it's probably a
Yeah, something
mistake.
like
Yeah, it's a mistake. There's one. So there you go. But it doesn't matter because it's not for them. It's for
Put the
us.
zeros on the wrong side of the one.
Yeah. So, if you enjoyed it, we think you're fabulous. Well done. You're the best. If you didn't, however, well, off you fuck. And good night. We will see you back here on Tuesday for the next episode. Because nothing on Sunday because we're having a break from that one. So, see ya.